travel, so we went on a lot of trips, paid for by Shapley, and in fact, it's been, what, 100 or so?
100 all over the world. They're just absolutely fabulous.
And our daughters have been with us, so many of them. And so it's been a fantastic find for me. I never dreamed it would be this good. But I had to struggle, I had to get started, and there was really nobody around to help. So I went to all the meetings I could find. I'd find people and I'd say, "Do you have any meetings?" And yeah, I said, "Well, can I come?" I'd invite myself to the meetings. And that's where I learned how to do the business. And so, to go back a little bit to my grade school and high school, I lived about a mile from the schools, and I used to run the school every day and so forth, and I liked running. And I became a very good runner, and that's where I earned most of my recognition back in those days. And so I found out that you need nutrition, and I talked to somebody about it, and they said, "Well, just find a good nutritionist, and that will help you a lot." And I did, and I found Shapley, and it was night and day. I really, at 42, I improved my running and everything tremendously. So, well, see it. At 93, there's a lot of distance between 42 and 93, a lot of years. Well, that was our years in Shapley. And we earned over $4 million in those 48 years in Shapley. That's not rich, but if we'd saved it all, it'd been wonderful, but we haven't saved that much. Usually kids put through school and everything like that, but they've all gone to good colleges, and you don't have any education debts or anything. So, I don't know what else.
I can tell you when Dean got into Shapley, he's so positive. Even his blood type is B positive. You get what mine is? I may be negative. And if you've ever met somebody whose spouse was negative, from a scale from 1 to 10, I was about 11. I had 7 reasons why Shapley was not the way to go. And Dean was working for Earl Nightingale at that time. I don't know whether you folks remember Earl Nightingale. Helping him to build his business. And that's really what helped motivate him, was a lot of Earl Nightingale's takes and things. And so I thought that the Shapley people were fast-talking, loose suede shoes, salesmen. And you know, my brain was like welded shut. And you will meet a ton of people like that, and I can understand where they came from, because I was one of them. And so all the people that sold Shapley were sort of shady people. I felt nobody needs vitamins if they eat right. I was studying to be a doctor before I had to drop out of college because of money, so I just knew nobody had it taken. Then the next thing was, all vitamins are the same anyhow. I mean, they're really no difference to vitamins. Yeah, but I think one of the biggest hang-ups I had, I was running a construction company. I was president of a construction company. We built epoxy lines, steel tanks all over the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and I was the president. And I made a good salary, and it was prestigious. The only thing was, it was a headache business. Anybody that's had a construction company, our men traveled all over, and so it was a headache business, even though. But I felt that was lower than, to do that. And you run into a lot of people like that. But Dean earned this trip to Hawaii, the first one in 1973 that they had over there. You know, girls went with us, kids went with us. And the plane went from Chicago to Minneapolis, which was a really hotbed of Shapley then. It was a charter plane. And it was a charter plane from Minneapolis to Hawaii. And I told him, well, I'm not gonna talk to anybody, I like to read, I had 5 books with me, and I started to read them on the plane. But Shakopee people are very talkative. They don't stay in their seats, and this was, you know, everybody was Shakopee. They got up, started talking to each other, and they were talking about money. They were talking about helping people, how alfalfa helped this person, how something else helped this person, how this changed a person's lives. And then the wells started coming undone just a little bit. And I looked at them, and they're people like you. Good, everyday people who care about other people, who are sincere, who are loving, and are really, they want to make a little bit of extra money, but they really want to help other people. And they want to live a healthy life. And I grew up on a farm in Indiana, and my Uncle Ben, who I was with, used to call the other people the good people. These are really good people. They're real people, we call them, real people. If you're a real person, and I thought, those people look like real people. You know, and we landed in Hawaii, and so I told him, I thought he'd fall over. I said, I'll go to one meeting. I had
The first meeting she's ever gone to.
I had no meeting. So I went to one meeting, and every meeting I went to, I listened to the stories of helping people and what Shakopee was really all about. Met Dr. Shakopee and Dorothy, and I have a great story, but that takes too long to tell how nice he is. Al was. And so when we got back home, I told him, I said, okay, we'll work together. And I was still running the company, so my time was limited. But I didn't put the roadblocks in front of him. So I started to cooperate and help him. And so, but really, he's the one who built the business. He really did. I ran a construction company. He would work for Earl Nightingale until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then take off. And he'd drive down to St. Louis and back after 3 o'clock. You know, that, and get back thank you. Get back about 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, and he worked hard, and that's how we built our business. And it's changed over the years. But the why is so important in this business. To find out what a person wants, you have to ask a person a question, you know, why are you interested in Shakopee? Some people are just interested in the product, or they start out that way. And other people want something. What Dean wanted was 24 hours of his time so he could do what he wanted. And he was a hard worker, so it's not like he was loafing or anything. And what I wanted, because I had to drop out of school, was I wanted to be able for our 3 children to go to any school that they wanted to and not have to worry about money and go on to graduate and not have to worry about the debt. And it killed my dream. I wanted to be a doctor since I was 10 years old. I graduated from high school in 3 years. I was graduating from college in 3 years so I could get into medical school. And didn't have any, I was called into the bursar's office and said, Miss Whiteman, I'm sorry to tell you this, your parents haven't paid anything, you can't come back next semester. I felt about this big, wanted to melt into that crack in the floor, and it did something to me, and that's when I made the decision, I don't care what my kids are going to school. And so we've been able to sell all 3 of our kids through school, and they didn't have to pay a penny. They went with icing on the cake.
I went to Paris.
This one,
That's so cool.
well, this one studied French and went to Paris and lived in Paris for a year. And my younger daughter took semester at sea, where they get on a ship in LA, and they sail around the world for 3 months and get college credit for it. And that's a fun thing. My son, he was through school, took a Jeep with a buddy with a canoe on top and drove around the U.S. for 6 months. So now we started a fund for our grandchildren. So far, we have 2 grandchildren out of college, and we help pay for them. We have 2 more, but we started 592s. So Shackley has made our goal come true. And Dean was able to, work out 6 hours a day running, practicing track. And then Shackley gave us enough money to go to Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Europe, all over Europe, for him to compete and won world-class medals. And I know the girls came with us one time to Sweden.
And we meet Olympians that were like in the Real Olympics.
Right. Yeah, and our kids have been able to see him win gold medals and, play get up on the dais and play the American flag in Sweden and Hanover, Germany, and I've seen him in Australia, New Zealand, and Tokyo. I mean, Shackley has given us a wonderful life because you work hard, but then you have your time is your own, and you're not tied down to anything. Now, I mean, things have changed. Now, I can do my business on my cell phone. You can do everything on your cell phone. And I kind of had to because I forgot my computer. I have another one because I ran into a really good salesman. But, so I was forced to do absolutely everything on the phone, but instead of use my computer, my laptop. So what we're going to do today, and I don't know what your goal is. I hope everybody, well, just tell me, tell me your goals. Well,